Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is Stan, and in this one, I'm going to be installing the 8TB 2.5-inch SSD I've got right here into this 2012 Mac Mini. Join me as I take this thing apart and talk about my thoughts on this Mac Mini and show you guys what a dual drive Mac Mini looks like. This Mac Mini is a pretty standard Mac Mini back from 2012. This is a quad-core version of the Mac Mini. So this is the i7 quad-core mobile CPU. I've had this Mac Mini for, 2012, so 8 years now. And I still think this is one of the best Mac Minis to buy you could have bought in the last several years, because 2012 was the last year you can get the quad-core Mac Mini, and in 2018 there was a redesign with the new CPUs, but then because of the redesign you lost the ability to upgrade the hard drives, even though you still could upgrade the memory. This one you could both upgrade the memory and the hard drive, and even though it's an Ivy Bridge quad-core, for most people, or at least for what I use this for, it's still plenty enough for power. I have this actually connected to the TV and use it as a media center PC for the most part. So that's why I need more capacity, and the processing power has never been an issue. Now, forgive me, it's been a very long time since I've disassembled this, so I am almost going in blind at this point. But if I recall, this wasn't all that difficult. And as you can see here, I've got Vengeance memory, Corsair Vengeance memory. This is 8 gigs, so I've got a total of 16 gigs already upgraded in the system. And in the past, I actually installed the dual drive server upgrade. So at the time, Apple was selling these Mac Minis as mini servers, and you can buy them in a dual drive configuration, or you can upgrade these with the OWC double drive caddy, which I have done here. The original Mac Mini certainly got a lot of things right the very first time. You've got easily accessible memory, and the fact that you can install the 2.5-inch SSDs relatively easily without all that effort. As they upgraded these Mac Minis time and time again, they got less and less user accessible for upgrading and taking things apart, so that's kind of a bummer. Just like that. Oh, this needs to come up. And there you go. I think this whole board just comes right out. You can kind of wiggle these drives out. I want to say this is the original drive. This is the original drive with this right here, and this is the second drive that I installed with the new hard drive caddy, and I think I actually need to pull this all the way out to get access to it. But as you can see here, the secondary drive kit, the way this thing works is the kit that you buy from either iFixit or OWC plugs right into here, because this motherboard was designed for 2 drives. If you buy this thing, you can put in your own hard drive and stick it in. So what I need to do now is actually pull the whole thing out and put this drive in this location, because this is the first drive. And if I ever do install a second drive, I can do it by just putting this thing on. Can I pull this thing off? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, so this is super important. This is basically what allows this hard drive to work in this location here. This whole board slides right out. You got all of the antenna stuff here. You got the memory. This is where, now I'm all confused. This has got to be where the CPU and GPU is. Actually, no, just take that back. The CPU and GPU are here, and then this is the heatsink heat pipe. with the IO outlet in the back. So that, I'm gonna put it to the side here. Rotate clockwise 90 degrees and pull. What? Okay. There you go. So rotate counterclockwise 90 degrees, and then all of this should just kind of slide right out. So this right here, this is the power supply. This is actually kind of beefy power supply. As you'll find in the newer versions of the Mac Mini, this power supply is going to be much smaller. It's kind of interesting. If you want to do a deep clean of a Mac Mini, this is basically it. And this is just one aluminum shell and nothing left. So there's that. Great. I got all these screws and I have no idea what the install order was. It's gonna be funny trying to get everything back in again. All right, now this is an OCZ Vertex 3. Man, this drive is old. This is a 2.5 inch, 240 gigabyte SSD back in the day. And we are replacing it with a Samsung 870 QVO 8 terabyte SSD. How times have changed. Look at these. These are rubberized grommets for anti-vibration. There's not gonna be any vibrations with SSD, right? So all this anti-vibration stuff is just wasted. And this is almost like a mind game trying to piece together this thing again. So this definitely, shoot, no. This went in first. And then turn clockwise to lock this thing in. And that way the power supply's in. All right. That's right. So we gotta get the power supply connected in. Oh, for the life of me, I can't remember where these two screws came from. I feel like this is kind of important. Shoot. Well, before I forget, I better get these plugs all plugged in. All right, so there you go. That's basically how you install a second hard drive or change out a hard drive in a 2012 Mac Mini. Remember, I think 2018, that's when they swapped over to a different design. So the hard drives are soldered onto the motherboard now. So 2018, 2020, you can't do that. You can only do this with a older Mac Mini. So in the next video, I'm going to be installing Mac OS onto this Mac Mini, and then in another video, I'll be showing you guys how to do Time Machine, or not do Time Machine, but use your Mac as a Time Machine backup destination. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe and keep an eye out for that video. Anyway, my name is Stan, and I'll see you guys in the next one.